Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Man United prepared to sell Jadon Sancho to the highest bidder in January. Manchester United are prepared to sell Jadon Sancho to the highest bidder during the January transfer window, according to Daily Star. The England international is currently suspended by the club following his public outburst over Erik Ten Hag's comment following the Arsenal game. Earlier this month, Ten Hag revealed that Sancho was dropped due to his poor attitude in training, but the attacker was not pleased with the reasoning. He accused the manager of giving a false statement and making him a scapegoat. As a result, Sancho has been suspended from any first team involvement. Sancho's return depends on a face-to-face apology to the manager, but for now, he has no desire to do. It's now reported that United would be willing to cut their losses on the £73 million signing as they look to get rid of him during the next transfer window. They would be prepared to offload him to the highest bidder. Former club Borussia Dortmund have no plans of entering the pursuit of the 23-year-old. Sancho has endured a difficult time with United over the past 3 years. He was initially touted as the club's permanent solution on the right side of the attack. However, he barely impressed by the role. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer recently said that Sancho prefers the left wing, but he faces a huge competition in the position. Marcus Rashford is normally an undisputed starter on the left flank. With the emergence of Alejandro Garnacho, Sancho may struggle to break into the lineup. United could experiment with him in the number 10 spot, but then again, he could be restricted to cameo roles as Bruno Fernandes is guaranteed to start as the captain. We are not surprised that Sancho has grown frustrated, but venting his anger towards Ten Hag was the wrong thing to do. He still has time to apologize for his mistake. If he shows no contrition, United could realistically offload him in January. They might have to accept a reduced sum with his lack of playing time and the huge wages involved. Paul Merson hits out at Raphael Varane with bizarre criticism, claiming he is not a leading centre-back. Manchester United are hoping to get defender Raphael Varane back from injury this weekend against Burnley. Raphael Varane joined Manchester United for training earlier this week, although did not make the travelling squad to face Bayern Munich. Varane has been out since suffering an injury against Nottingham Forest and is gradually making progress towards a return. The Frenchman could be back in the team to face Burnley this weekend. The last time he played at Turf Moor was in early 2022 when he scored and thought he had scored his first goal for the club before it was disallowed. Improving United's lucky backline will be his priority this weekend, although Varane has already netted once this season. Ahead of Manchester United's match with Burnley and Raphael Varane's expected return, pundit Paul Merson launched into a bizarre criticism of him. Speaking to Sportskida, Merson says Varane is not the type of defender Manchester United need. He said, "You can't concede 4 goals away from home in a big European game and expect to get anything out of it. They need to find ways to keep things tight at the back. Raphael Varane, Lisandro Martinez and Victor Lindelof are all good defenders, but they aren't leading central defenders. I don't mean this badly, but they are number 2 defenders and need someone more experienced alongside them, as we saw with Varane when he had Sergio Ramos next to him at Real Madrid." The comments are unfair on Varane, who led France to World Cup glory in 2018 as a leading defender with Samuel Umtiti alongside him. Merson is predicting Manchester United to win at Turf Moor, but is not expecting a simple victory. He is calling a hard-fought 2-1 win for the Red Devils in Saturday's 8 p.m. kick-off. United have lost the last 2 league games in a row, one of which includes the 2 away defeats suffered in the league this season. It's time to start putting this right with or without Varane. Burnley boss Vincent Kompany lauds extremely capable Erik Ten Hag ahead of Man United clash. Manchester United travelled to Turf Moor to take on Burnley in the Premier League on Saturday. Ahead of the showdown, Burnley boss Vincent Kompany has described Erik ten Hag as an extremely capable manager. He said at his pre-match press conference, "You always need time to adapt and improve, not just for Erik ten Hag, but all of us. One thing this manager has demonstrated is that he is extremely capable. There is no doubting that." He was also asked whether it was a good time to play Man United. He replied, "It depends on how you look at it. My concern is with what we must do, and in my opinion, I have to prepare my team to play against the best possible Manchester United team with momentum, with ambition, and with all the problems behind them. If they turn up in a different way, then we'll see. But I prepare my team for what I have seen them do when they are at their best, and we have to find solutions for that." The Red Devils have lost 4 of their 6 games across competitions in the 23-24 season. Their latest defeat came against Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena in the Champions League. They must beat Burnley, who are 19th in the Premier League table. It has been a difficult return to the English top flight for the Clarets, who dominated the championship last term. Pressure is mounting on Ten Hag to deliver results. Man United have been shambolic in defense, and there is no stability in the midfield. Consistency has been a major issue for the Premier League giants. There have been periods of the game where they played thrilling football. However, their lack of cohesion and energy is clearly visible. Injuries to key players are a big reason behind their tough start, but top teams are expected to find solutions. Manchester United players are still seething at the way David De Gea was treated amid Andre Onana's struggles. Manchester United players are still seething at the way David De Gea was treated amid the struggles of his replacement, Andre Onana, according to The Sun. Manager Erik ten Hag made it clear that the Spaniard was no longer in his plans, even though he kept the most clean sheets, 17, last season, picking up the Premier League Golden Glove award as a result. De Gea left Man United as a free agent after 12 years after the club opted against activating the option of extending his deal for another campaign. He is currently without a club, and the Red Devils snapped up Onana as his replacement, parting with £44 million to recruit the services of the Cameroon international from Inter Milan. The 27-year-old has conceded 10 league goals in 5 games and has been partly to blame for their 3 defeats in the English top flight. Onana dropped a clanger in the 4-3 loss to Bayern Munich in their Champions League opener on Wednesday, allowing the Bundesliga side to open the scoring with a simple effort. A huge error from the former Ajax star allowed Leroy Sané's shot to wriggle under his body when he was expected to make a routine save. Onana's displays have not helped the confidence of the team, and the players are still unhappy that De Gea was let go unceremoniously. Despite the Spaniard's struggles with playing out from the back, he was a force to be reckoned with in goal on his day. De Gea had his bad days at the office, but he was generally reliable during most of his time at Old Trafford. Onana has to do better going forward, and he is undoubtedly a top goalie, but it has to reflect in his game, and he will be hoping to respond with an excellent performance against Burnley tomorrow. Manchester United have sent scouts to watch 18-year-old Club Brugge star Antonio Nusa. Manchester United have stepped up their interest in Antonio Nusa by sending scouts to watch the Club Brugge forward. Earlier this month, the People's Person covered a report which stated that United were among a number of top clubs in Europe pursuing Nusa. It was indicated that alongside the Red Devils, the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, Real Madrid, and Manchester City all had the player on their radar. His current contract with the Club Brugge expires in 2027. The player is valued at around the €30 million mark. Spanish publication Vigaches have given an update on United's interest in Nusa. As per the outlet, Erik ten Hag's side are determined to get a deal over the line for the Norwegian, who is regarded as one of the most promising talents in football at the moment. United have apparently sent scouts to watch Nusa in the Europa Conference League and in the Belgian Pro League. His ability and potential to become world class in the future are the main points of attraction for parties keen on the 18-year-old services. Vigaches adds that United's meticulous monitoring of Nusa is a testament to the club's commitment to getting back on top and restoring success on the pitch. So far this season, in the Belgian Pro Leagues, Nusa has managed an impressive 2 goals and as many assists in 5 appearances. He recently made his debut for Norway and opened his international goal scoring account when he found the back of the net against Jordan. Nusa's strength lie in his dribbling ability, clever moments both on and off the ball, incredible passing, and his effectiveness in creating space for his teammates. In addition to this, he is versatile. He can play both centrally and on the wing. Fabrizio Romano reveals heavy interest in Manchester United target. Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano has revealed that there are plenty of clubs from England heavily scouting RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko. Sesko has been strongly linked to United in the past. This summer, a move for the former RB Salzburg man was explored before United eventually decided to pursue Rasmus Højlund instead. Sesko scored his first Champions League goal on Wednesday during Leipzig 3-1 against Young Boys. He has had a fantastic start to life in Germany's top flight. In 3 Bundesliga appearances so far this term, the 20-year-old has found the back of the net on 2 occasions. Romano wrote for Kaut Offside and indicated that despite the young Slovenian only being at his new club for months, there is already heavy interest in his services from Premier League clubs. The transfer expert said, "Another striker to watch in 2024 will be RB Leipzig Benjamin Sesko. His progress is being monitored. Let's see what will happen, though not in January, but in the summer." Romano further stated, "The price tag is impossible to say now, as he only joined Leipzig 60 days ago. It's not something evolving now, but one to watch in the near future." United must remain alive to Sesko's situation in order to ensure they are not bitten to a promising player who clearly has the potential to become world class. Real Madrid set price for Federico Valverde with Manchester United among suitors. United are considering the sale of Scott McTominay, who has not impressed in his limited chances in January, while Donny van de Beek is not even in the Champions League squad. As per Spanish outlet El Nacional, United are considering going after Los Blancos midfielder Federico Valverde, with Real open to moving on the Uruguayan. Carlo Ancelotti may be short of attacking options, but he has an abundance of quality midfielders, and with La Liga giants eyeing major reinforcement up front, they have decided to put the 25-year-old on sale. He did not start the Champions League game against Union Berlin, with the Italian manager not finding space for him, while his conduct with Alex Baena and subsequent investigation from La Liga has not been viewed kindly by the club. The report reads, Carlo Ancelotti does not see him in the interior since his game lacked fluidity. His ideal position would be the false right winger, but with the new plans drawn on the Italian's board, he has no space. Federico Valverde's act of aggression towards Alex Baena in the Bernabeu parking lot also seems to be taking a toll, which Real Madrid did not like at all. At Real Madrid, they are aware that Valverde is on the agenda of several Premier League giants such as Manchester United, Liverpool, and Chelsea. His profile of being a so-called box-to-box midfielder is highly appreciated in England. When the time comes, Real Madrid will not rule out sitting down to negotiate for the player as long as the offer is close to 80 million euros. His goal-scoring ability appeared to peter away during the second half of the previous campaign, and the player could use a change of scenery at this stage of his career. Real have already sold the likes of Raphael Varane and Casemiro to the 20-time English League champions, and this could be United's chance to claim another. His work rate and versatility would be a huge asset for any club. Whether United, under the Glazers, can thrash out a deal while also targeting upgrades up front and at the back remains to be seen. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.